Lizette. It was such a good presentation. I was impressed how you describe my feelings in these moments. Really, it was really touching. I don't know if I passed the slides properly. I'm sorry about that because I was
That's okay. That's okay.
about your
But
speech and the way you approach to all of us that I was it was really really incredible. And I don't know why, but I with all this situation I also watched the movie Coco. I had that movie in my head, and I remember yesterday that movie, and it really, I think it's something that we are grieving. We are grieving for Jaime, but we are also grieving for this situation. It's really hard to be grieving by
and
yourself.
Inda, I wanted to share something very important. A lot of us have kids, and it's very difficult for us sometimes to explain death. And for students, for students to explain that to their kids. That's a wonderful movie to see together and go through the whole motion of what is someone you love. And enjoying in family. I think that is something that I have come to value during this time of quarantine, that I have been able to enjoy so much the presence of my daughter. And we have cooked together, and we have fights. We have fought too, but we have enjoyed the presence of each other and learned how to grow together with more time available. So I hope you too, and I'm more questions.
Yes, in this moment, basically, I think that we are all facing this situation in a way that we were not expecting this at any level, and you are not expecting even your own reactions, and I don't know, but somehow it's also a way we become resilient, as you said, and we realize about what is important, no? And I think that what you mentioned before related to the situation of when this ends, I think that we are going to be in living the life in an intense way, and and really appreciating every single moment, right? And I wanted to ask you, because for me what is concerning at this point, I'm just going to ask this question, but you can ask questions, feel free to ask. Now we are a smaller group, so it can be even easier. So for me, in English, I think that you can say uncertainty, ¿no? Lo incierto, ¿no?
La incertidumbre, uncertainty.
Sí, que eso es lo que de repente, ¿no? Parece como que todo es incierto. Entonces, lo incierto hace que uno de repente no tenga el control y de repente se tenga que adaptar y, oh, sorry, I started speaking in Spanish, but I feel that this no, this way of feeling in this moment is like we don't know what's gonna happen, and moving and navigating this uncertainty. How do you say it?
Uncertainty.
Okay, uncertainty, right?
We are in familia. We feel like we can do it. But that uncertainty, I think that also applies to the fact that we don't even know if there will be classes face-to-face in the fall. And that's something that the students keep asking. And I'm sure that Inmaculada can relate to that as a professor in terms of how we're going to deliver the material, and whether or not we will be able to be back, whether or not we will be able to be even the summer back. And I just hope that people understand that, and CUNY understands that we should be back when it's safe to be back. And it might take a while. It might take a while, but we have to be patient and wait for the right time to be back. Definitely. And in the meantime, try to reinvent yourselves and do other things. Something that I would like to suggest to the students that are still on the call. If it was difficult for you to be enrolled in classes this semester, and as we know that we have to deal with the kids running around, and you have to also be teaching the kids, which that was also another part of the big stress that many of you confronted as women. Think about taking a pause. It's fine to take a pause in the summer and give yourself time of that self-care. and just wait. I mean, the school will be waiting for you. There's no rush to go back. Sometimes we want to do everything so fast, and we have realized that look at where we are. We have been rushing, and everybody's in the same spot right now, waiting. So I know that a lot of you had plans of, okay, I want to take the summer class because I want to move there. Take it if you're ready. Take it if you have the right class to take it. I mean, a science class, I'm sure that Inda will recommend. I mean, I defer to you, but it's not an easy class to take unless you have all the tools at home, all the support at home. So make sure that if you're going to take the courses, you're ready, because then it's going to be, after this stressful semester, more stress, and it's going to take a toll in your physical condition and in your health. And we have to get ready. We have to just give yourself time. And sometimes we are not that good with ourselves. So that's un pequeñito consejo. Cójanlo con calma. Que esto no, ya mismito, las cosas caen en su sitio. Pero este ajoro que a veces tenemos nos mata.
And for me, if I can say something, there is an opportunity. So there is an opportunity, and probably the opportunity is to stop running, no? And sometimes, even if you, as Professor Colón said, Lizette mentioned, we take it easy, stay calm. Maybe this moment of calm, I don't say stop working, I say stay calm. Maybe you can take the classes in a different way. If you're taking summer classes, think about what are you going to take. You're doing. So yes, I think that is very important advice that she gave regarding what classes to take. You cannot pretend that the experience of teaching in distant learning is the same than when I am face-to-face. There is some magic in teaching and learning.
Yes.
And that's something. And I think that
for everybody, I see Jeanette from Registrar. I'm sure that you missed us, and Camelia is behind. Daisha. I mean, there's so many in this call that I'm sure that are happy, that would be happy to see each other again. And John Gillen. I mean, it's wonderful to see. Irma, you're there. Good. I think that. Irma. Yes, Irma from Natural Sciences. But what I'm saying is, I think that we have to. Well, just like you said, take time. And another thing that I would love to say before we leave, these are the last 3 weeks of classes, and it's almost 2 weeks, right? Inmaculada and Inda. 2 weeks that we're in 2 weeks, May the 14th, right? It's over.
Yes.
So there's
last class, May 14th.
May 14th. So, and then the finals. But I think that if I could give you an advice, that I was talking to several professors, and it goes back to what your colleagues were saying, Professor Inda, make sure that you get in touch with your professors. If you're still are behind anything, the communication, I think that is one of the lessons that I would like to teach the students if we continue this mode. We have to have better communication between the professors and the students, and the students and the professors. You cannot stay hiding and thinking that they will understand that you're not understanding. You have to communicate that with them. And that increases the level of stress. And a lot of students are now reaching out, and it might be kind of late, but then talk to them. Talk to your teachers. Maybe there's a way to fix something. And there's a great policy now that is different. I mean, let's talk. I think that one of the things that I hope that we have learned from this is the importance of staying connected regardless of the distance.
Inmaculada.
Yes, I would like to emphasize that the importance of staying in constant touch with your professors, and to let them know whatever difficulties you're going through, to the extent that's comfortable, of course. But just please note that just as I have this wealth of information, it's not just me, but wealth of information on immigration and other resources, your professors will be able to direct you to any other type of support services that you need, including counseling, of course. And also, because of the new grading policy, there's so much more flexibility in regards to, you know, the grade that will be assigned to you, and the possibility and your own decision making in terms of what you're going to accept as a grade this semester. This semester, you can opt in to have a pass-fail grade. And this wasn't the case before. This year, it will be easier to request an incomplete grade. So the flexibility is there, and all professors are going through, most professors or all professors are going through a lot, just as students are going through a lot. We are compassionate beings. We understand that this situation is, of course, absolutely unprecedented, but as Lizette said, is fraught with grief and all the kinds of coping mechanisms that you are putting in place. And we're here to support. It really needs to be our final message. We get it, and we're here, and we're in the same soup, and we're here to support.
But I would like to take this opportunity, Professor Inda, to thank you for making this possible, because I think that the fact that we are in your home and you're in my home and I'm in Janet's home and everybody's home is wonderful, because I think that we needed this more. And it's too sad that we figure it out too late, but I think that we have to continue, especially in the summer. Yes. In the summer, to have more activities like this. And if they could be shorter, but I think that the students need to have the network of people. I mean, I hope that the students take advantage of all the women that came today. I mean, that's part of the network. I mean, just send an email to them, and we can check them before you send them so that will make a good impression, because it's true. Don't say, hey, professor, ay, qué bueno que te vi. No, I mean, just formal, so that it will be the first contact that you make with them is a wonderful impression.
This was for me a catharsis. Because I was
listen to something.
Te quedó súper bien.
So
I would love to listen to some student voices. I miss you.
I want to say one thing, just one thing. Because it's based on my experience, not just during this time, but specifically during this time and in the past. So in my class, so we are at Hostos, we are in the Bronx. Our students are not spoiled. They have generally, by default, difficult situations, all right?
Exactly.
So, but generally my students, when they come to talk to me, telling their personal life, I say, well, stop. Okay, so it doesn't mean that I cannot speak with them about their personal life. It means that we cannot stay there and completely feel sorry about ourselves and not continuing with the life. So for me, I generally tell them, yes, but you can do, so I generally try to have them look at the future at the same time that we have to consider difficult situations. And that's why a couple of years ago, and I said that to my students, I went to teach English, poor people, I was teaching the English, in a refugees camp. You know, it's like, okay, we are in the Bronx, okay? We are in the Bronx. We have situations, we have credits, we have to pay our bills, we have to work, but we are free, okay? Somehow we have this situation, but there are people that they are in worse situations. The same that there are people that they are in different situations in the top and they are spoiled, no? So we have to understand where we are and at the same time use the tools available for us. So the tools is everything that the college offers to us, everything based on academic, everything related to academic support, all the classes and the professors available, because the professors teaching at Hostos, they generally they do it because they want to do it, not just for the money, because of course. So basically, we are here to help, and we are part of the tools that they can use to be more prepared. And they can say that I am not easy professor either. Basically, I think that the students have to be helped, but they cannot be nurtured in a way that they are not independent. So the students.
So could I raise my hand?
Yes, sure. But let me just say, it's not that I I am not saying that here no one is doing it. I'm just saying that they earn their grades with me. All of my students, they earn their own grades. And I really think, and I really feel that having them become independent is asking them to do their part at the same time with guidance. Sometimes it's even harder for the professor to have them do an active learning or having them to do their work with a supervision than to have them, so it's basically, I'm just not saying that any of us will do that. I'm just saying that I don't want that they misinterpret the situation and the help that we are providing with any other thing. I think that with not having them to put their part.
Okay, so I would like to say something to that effect as a counselor.
Yes.
And I hope that I can hear a couple of students because I want
please.
your points of views. But I think that what you have brought up is a very important point. And there's always that discussion in Hostos, and I know that Irma has been with us for a long time, and I want you to also talk about your point of view as somebody who has been at Hostos. What I would like to see is that kind of a balance. The students know that there are services, and the students are more than willing to learn and go independently. But especially this semester and the semesters ahead, which is going to be the summer if they take classes, and in the fall, the faculty has to have even more empathy than ever before. Empathy. Empathy means feeling all the things that the students are going through, because regardless of the refugee camps and I know the situation of many of our students, and lives are very difficult. And the fact that you don't know if you will have money to pay for your rent, money to, it's so difficult for them. And a lot of them don't even know, we have students in ARC, and they don't have the support that they are supposed to have in their house. Because regardless if we keep saying that Hostos is providing the services, we're still short. And we have to improve as an institution so that the students could feel fully supported at home. And I think that once that is in place, then we can say, okay, now you have all the support. Even if you're in a distance, now you have all the support. Now you can go on your own. But until that happens, we as faculty members have to be more empathetic than ever before. And I'm not just saying, Pam, like you said, like some people say, pero Lizette, te encanta aguantarlo de la mano. No. Now we need to aguantarlo de la mano. Now we need to even more, because it's very, very difficult. So I'm just saying that, and I don't have to tell you, and I don't have to tell Inmaculada, and I don't have to tell John Gillen. I know that there's people, faculty here that are very, very invested in their students. But I know the reality, not all of them are like that. So that's what I'm asking the students, to be open and send us emails. Esto está pasando. I'm behind and I haven't been in touch with the professor. They're not responding, and then we can help. But if they stay quiet, it will not happen. Not this semester, not the next semester.
I completely agree. And I definitely feel, I completely agree, and I think that we definitely need to be empathetic with our students. I just don't want, by any reason, that any student feel as a victim. The victimism is not a feeling that should happen ever, because then they will not be able to continue working. That's the way I refer to the situation in general situation and general challenges. That's when I say woman challenges, because this is something that we will overcome. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a student question in the chat, and many others, I'm sure they have questions or comments to what we are discussing.
It's because I don't.
The question is, do you think Sukrita would you like to unmute yourself to ask your question? Sukrita? She's asking, do you think the fall session would be in virtual class?
Unfortunately.
So we don't know. We don't know yet.
Everything is looking that way. So I think that we have to get ready, but I think that at this point, and I know that some of the people in the call are people from success coaches, and we are already doing academic advisement for the registration. And that uncertainty Professor Inda was mentioning is very difficult. How do you plan if we don't know? I think that if I were a student, I would wait a little bit more to register, because I would like to know what is going to be the panorama. Some people do not like online teaching, and we have to acknowledge that. And if you don't like and you cannot learn online, then just wait for another semester, because what is the point of enrolling if you cannot learn? That is a very personal decision. So I think that if I were a student, if I had a kid, I would just tell them, just wait, let's wait until maybe June. And maybe by June, we will have a better idea of how is this going. Are we going to go back? Is it going to be hybrid courses? They said that sometimes we're going to be one day in the school and one day online. That is another possibility that they've been talking about. So
right. So
that will be my recommendation.
We really don't know, and because the state governor has been wanting to, influence all of the questions regarding education, in the city and in the state as a whole, we could also expect directives from the state that CUNY has no choice but to follow. But I would also say that we have noticed. Some professors have noticed an increase or an even more steady attendance online than in person this semester. So some students, some professors were surprised because they saw better attendance online on students on their phones or however they're taking attendance, whether it is synchronously or asynchronously. And students have expressed, just like we're saying now, how important it is for them to make some contact, to stay in contact with classmates, to stay in contact with professors, and to continue learning and being engaged in the college. So it is a very personal decision. However, if it's a priority for you to stay in touch, if it's a priority of you to continue earning your credits and getting your degree, if it's it's really personal. I wouldn't say you're not going to learn if we go if we continue teaching online. I don't think it's the case. And it's proving to be something that students really desire, something that students, there's a grief also associated with not being able to, us not to be able to see these students anymore. For instance, said, like, I'm not going to be able to go to their graduation, and students are not going to be able to be in a physical graduation, their families. And so if the student identity and if your progress as a student is important, if you miss this community, we're going to be here. That's another way to put it. We're going to be here, and it's really a very personal choice.
Yeah.
So I would like to have one student speaking that she asked me to introduce to her. Dariani Munoz, please, would you like to speak? You have the microphone open.
Yes, can you hear me, Professor?
Yes.
See?
Okay, my name is Tariani and I'm from Biology 210. I would like to thank you so much, Professor, for this presentation of Women in Science. Thank you to all women for answering all my questions in this presentation, because all of them were answered very well. Now I feel empowered and more excited for the next outcome. Thank you so much. And there were There were very good information provided today from coronavirus, go career specialists. This activity was very enriching for me and for everybody, I'm pretty sure. So honestly, this presentation, it was one of the best I've been on. Again, thank you so much and congratulations for the great job you did on this project.
Thank you very much, Dariani. That's my gift. Your words are my gift for this after this presentation. I have to be honest, I didn't know how this was gonna be because I am not good with technology, but I say I don't care, let's do it. So really, thank you very much. We are from Miriam Zorrilla would like to comment also something, but I would like to say thank you so much, because it was also that you guys did the work as well. You did a very amazing job, and you were available in these difficult times, which we are with 100 meetings, we are coordinating 100 people, and it's so important to be together in this. And somehow what Lizette was saying before, I think that we all, there are different faces, the same that we have different faces to this horrible disease, there are different faces in our feelings during this period, no? And there is a phase that we have to confront, that is sometimes we don't, that we are in a phase that is like we don't know what's going to happen. But the good thing about being here and being at Hostos and doing all the studies, and it's like we are resilient. And being immigrants, say we are immigrants, and accept the beauty of being immigrants, and we made it, and we are here, okay? Thank you, Dariani, for being here. Thank you to all of you, and we are women, we are mothers, we are not yet, but we are, all of us, we are basically, I mean, we have to accept and we have to be proud. So I want the students to be proud of their backgrounds, because it's a diverse background, and it's like, yes, these are my roots. And that's what I say, not victims, you know, these are my roots and this is my reality, and I take it as something good. That's what I'm referring to when I say that my students, I want them up, you know, that you wanted to speak, Miriam?
Miriam Zorrilla wanted to make it.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to make a comment. The comment that I would like to make is in the point of view of a student. I'm in the early childhood education. The one that introduced me to this video chat was Professor Maldonado. She's one of the educators for early childhood education. Thank you for her. I had opportunity to see other people from the school, because I moved also to another state in this semester, and it being really difficult with the situation of I'm really far from my family. I'm like 6 hours in a plane for my family. Now that I moved to California, I don't have my family close to me. And for example, my mother got sick. The situation, just knowing that my mother is by herself and I couldn't help her out, I couldn't take care of her, it's just like too much, because I'm here, I'm trying to just trying to make whatever I can to help her out, but in a way that it don't frustrate me that I'm not with her. And I'm here just with my husband and my daughter. My daughter is just 9 months old. And just knowing that I don't know when she will be able to see our family members. I always calling them by camera for her to find and see who are her family, but it's so difficult because she cannot touch them or nothing. Sometimes she do things that she wants to, like grab them or do things with them, but it's so impossible, and more with the situation going on right now. Sometimes I just want to cry because it's just really frustrated.
Yes.
But every day I just wake up and think, this is gonna get better. This probably will be better next day. And the good thing is that we have professors also that help out every day and make sure that we on point. Like, for example, I'm just taking 2 online classes right now, and my teachers are amazing. Every day they send me a test and everything to make sure that I'm on point with my classes and that I'm okay. They are always trying to see that we're not in the situation that we not allowed to do our work or anything. For example, sometimes my daughter don't let me do things, and I test my professors and tell them, hey, I'm gonna take a little bit more time for me to do this assignment, because sometimes how my husband is in the Navy, he's most time not at home, and how I gotta wait for her to sleep or something like that to do my work is a little bit more difficult, and more now that I don't have nobody to help me out with her, because I don't trust nobody at the moment to come to my house and take care of her, because I'm scared if I get the virus or she get the virus. And that situation is really, really scary. Anyways, that probably in 2 or 3 months, the situation will be managed. I'm really scared anyways, putting her in a daycare or me going to school in person. This situation is really scary in really different ways for everybody.
Hi, everyone. I am pleased to see all of y'all here. Deisha Martinez, alumni from Hostos. Hi, Professor Colón. I saw Professor Joel around, and some of my Professor Inda. I want to thank you for this event. Again, this pioneer event that started at Hostos when I was a student, and I am pleased to be part of it few years after, and I'm so grateful that this event is continue to happen around our hosted community. I want to thank all the presenters that was here. This was a great event, even though it is in a different platform. It was very great, and I am very thankful that this was being possible. And I want to say to the students that, you know, this is very way to interact. Those that are not women can also enjoy and hear the stuff that we go through, because it's important, and the men support us, you know, and the men understand that also the great, you know, the great roles that we have as women. And it's also having recognition and validation for men for all the hard work that we do as women, even if it's as a student, as employees, as you know, in our career, as, you know, working on it. And I am so thankful that this was made possible. So some words, I'm so happy. I really hope to see this happen again, and I will completely enjoy and participate again, even if with my present. I want to say that I hope Hostos as my home. Hostos will continue to be home for me. This presentation has been actually very helpful. We're going through a very difficult situation, and going home and receiving this support from home, you guys have no idea the magnitude of how important this is for me. And I want to just say thank you.
Thank you very much for you to be.
Brava.
And you are a very good model also. She's a mother, she's a student, and she keeps on working really, really hard. She's so smart. She went to conference with me, she did research. She's an amazing student and in any level. So I really encourage you to continue. I see a lot of message, and I really appreciate all your message of thank you. And this is just a step. This is just a period of time, and we will overcome this, and we will be good.
On that note, I would like to share a video. I don't know if you have if it reached you already. It's a video that talks about being resilient. It was filmed by professors from Bronx Community College. I don't know if you've gotten to see that, but I would love to end this event with that song if possible.
Let me let me just post before that. That will be the last one. But let me just post, share the screen with the thank you to all, and also the presentation, the last couple of slides in which I have all of the speakers' names. And then after that, I'll ping you ping yourself and you check after this and the next one, that is the memory. So here are all of the emails. Take a screenshot or a picture, and no matter what, I will be able to send you that information. The people that they are working in these events are people that they're willing to help. So you don't have to be scared of sending an email, okay? So we are all scared at the beginning when we don't have skills in something, but that's just the beginning. We will
Continue.
yes, we will continue, and we will in different steps of our careers, we are going to have different challenges. And me as a professor, and everyone, we have challenges in our different periods of life, but basically use the tools that you have available and find out, put the effort, but at the same time feel that you have the support that you need, because you are a Hostos. And thank you very much to all of you. You did this possible. I was just putting everything together. You did this possible, all of you, and I really appreciate your engagement and you're willing to participate in this difficult time. I wanted to mention also one thing. The Professor Sonia Maldonado has been my mentor, okay? She has been supporting me from the very beginning. She was just at this moment exhausted, and she couldn't take it anymore. She was, but she also made this possible. I want to thank Sonia Maldonado for that, because she was just giving me advice, and this little advice of who to send an email, to do a presentation, of who to contact, and how to do this and that, was really important for me to prepare this event as well. So I have to mention also Professor Sonia Maldonado. And thank you very much for all of you, to the provost, to the college. And then I don't want to, the catharsis moment came. I think that Jaime also has a lot to do with this event, because he was a person that was completely involved with the college, and he was a good friend and a wonderful person. So I would like to say that all of the effort comes also for having her in my memory, and I want to say to the family in Colombia, if they are still there, queríamos mucho a Jaime aquí, y Jaime era una persona muy, muy querida aquí. Los estudiantes y todos le tenemos en el corazón. Muchos besos, muchos besos. Take care, please stay safe. And you are the future, and we will be there together, okay? So if you can put the video, Inmaculada, that would be amazing. Thank you very much.
I will try. The link is, let's see, because I have so many Safari. I think someone else is sharing screen. It's not allowing me.
It's me, sorry. Now you can.
Yes, and this is of course dedicated to all of our students on the call and beyond the call, okay? Let's see if I can access it. I hope so. I have several Safari screens. What can you see? Can you see Vimeo?
You have shared screen.
Yes.
We started share screen, but we haven't seen that yet.
No?
Has started the screen share, but I don't know.
Okay. Let me stop that and try something else.
If you want to put it in the chat, I can copy the link, maybe.
It's already in the chat.
Oh, okay. So sorry.
The Vimeo.
Yes, I got it here. I got it.
Got
Let
it?
me share the screen. Let me share the screen. We're gonna end this with this beautiful.
Yes.
Okay.
And sound, right? We can.
At first you were afraid, you were petrified, kept thinking you could never learn without us by your side.
But then you spent so many nights being filled with much concern, and you grew strong and learned just how to distance learn.
Before you did, on your face screen, I just wanted to find your name. Here I won't ask you where you've been.
Your voice is crucial to the class. Discussions have not been the same. You had a major to complete. Let's get you back into the game.
On internet, give us the dog.
Raise up your hand now, express your views which you have from.
When you the one who was determined to succeed.
Just concede.
You will survive. As long as you will stay committed, I know you are not right. You got all the sun to learn, and degrees you will strive, and you'll survive. You will survive.
Not to fall apart. Keep trying to recover your brain and find another spark.
And you spent such a time working through the day and night. You survived, but now you hold your head up high.
And we see you log on to a strong and self-assured young student with objectives to pursue.
Now you're enrolling for the fall and for the summer courses too.
Once we're all for your classes, we know just what you've been through.
Come on and go, log on right now, and post a comment. It is true you've mastered how.
What you the one who passed math 5 and 23, public speaking, economics, French and music history.
You will survive. As you will stay committed, I know you are not right. You got all this stuff to learn. You will shine, and you'll survive. You will survive. Oh yes, that's you. You will survive. As long as you will stay committed, I know you are not right. You got all this stuff to learn, and you will shine, and you'll survive. You will survive.
Thank you so much, Carmen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm gonna stop this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I will really,
Have a great evening, everybody.
Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye. Thank you.
much.
Bravo!
Oh,
Bravo.
thank you.
Hi guys, thank you, Professor.
Thank you. I'm going to save the chat if I can.